So the first question, if we describe a large group of people as high or low context, are we engaging in stereotypes? Why or why not? I said that I definitely think it is because you aren't supposed to use the high or low context to lump a big group of people together. The LCC is assertiveness and sender-oriented values and is how the meaning is supposed to be expressed, where the HCC is self-humbling speech and receiver-sensitive value and is used to see how the meaning can be best conveyed. Those are both off page 123. When you lump a group together, you are saying that the whole group is alike, which that is how stereotypes are created. One of the biggest stereotypes that I've ever seen is talking about the gay community. That is that lesbians are supposed to be manly and not really feminine, and gay men are more supposed to be feminine, and usually comes along that they have good fashion sense, things like that. But I've met many gay and lesbian people, and I've never seen any of them fully fit into one of the stereotypes. Of course, some gay men do have a good fashion sense, but so do a lot of straight men. And I think that it's horrible that they're lumping this group of people together and saying that they're all the same when each person is different and not everyone is the same. So you can't just lump any given group together and say that they're the same. Question 2. By following the recommendations to become a flexible intercultural communicator, such as adapting the way you speak, do you believe that you will lose too much of your identity? Why or why not? I said that I don't think you will lose a lot of your identity. Back in chapter 2, it states that flexible intercultural communication emphasizes the importance of integrating knowledge and open-minded attitude and adapting them into everyday communication. So with being a flexible communicator, it's not wanting you to replace any of your own traits, rather but to incorporate the new knowledge. There may be a few places where you use the new communication skills over the ones you used before, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because it means that you like that way of communicating more than your old way. So it's not really, you may be losing something there, but it's not really a loss to you because you're gaining something in return. And then question 3, describe a personal experience in which you interacted with someone speaking with a different style, like you used the HCC, they used the LCC. What could you have done cognitively and behaviorally differently that would have made the interaction go more smoothly? I chose to use an experience from about 2 years ago. It was at my work when I first started serving. I've been a server for about 2 years now. I asked someone if they wanted to add cheese to a burger that didn't come with it. At my work, if you add cheese to something, it is an upcharge of about like $1.50. I didn't specify that I only said add instead of saying upcharge. So they said yes, and when they received their bill, they saw that the charge was there and they were upset because I hadn't told them that there would be a charge. I explained that I meant a charge by saying add. They said that that's not what that means, rather than argue with a customer, I just took the charge off. I have now since made sure that when I say add something, I say add for an upcharge, so I don't have the same issue. I chose this conversation because it shows that sometimes, even if you're talking in different like communication skills, like the HCC or the LCC, that you won't always be able to change the conversation or explain to them what you meant and be able to not argue. I think that if I had continued my conversation and trying to explain the whole ad situation that it was a charge, I don't think we would have ever gotten along, and I think he just still would have been upset. So I chose this because it's a good way to show that sometimes you just have to adjust to continue the conversation without an argument, that sometimes no matter what, someone has to adjust and change. Yeah, so those are my answers.